From the dungeons of Morningstar, I'm Clint.
And I'm Stretch, and this is Prevailing Strange.
Hi, welcome back.
Hello again.
Hello again. How you going? What's going on? This is new.
It's new, and we're learning.
We are.
We're learning.
Okay, so I'm going to open up with a joke,
Okay.
and then we're going to go into what we've watched this week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I heard this one today from Sam.
Right.
Why did the Mexican kick his wife off a cliff?
Why?
Tequila. How good is it?
It's not bad.
Today. It's like, ooh, yeah. Slight little bit of maybe undertones, but apart from that, I brought it back with the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, so what have you watched this week? Let me guess, nothing?
No, that's all right.
What'd you watch?
I've watched something. I started watching Andor, season 2.
I haven't.
You haven't watched the first season yet, have you?
I've watched half of it.
Half of it. I only watched 2 episodes.
Dude, everybody is just raving about this show, man.
Yeah,
they reckon the second season it is the first show on IMDb that's gotten 9.5 or higher for 3 episodes in a row.
Oh yeah, it's kicking goals.
They reckon it's sick.
Yeah, the first 2 episodes is like nice little Easter eggs, setting up, returning all the characters, kind of setting pieces. It's the intrigue has me.
Yeah, right.
It's quite good. So I've learned that the director, the guy that kind of wrote this, didn't come in as a Star Wars fan. He's a bit of a history nerd.
I honestly think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a good choice.
So,
that way you're not having to pander to all the shit that's come before you.
That's right.
Going with fresh eyes.
So his kind of speciality is rebellions in history.
Yeah,
so
righto.
he's kind of educated in knowing how these things dig in and how they either fall apart or kind of succeed.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Did they do a dump or is it 1 episode a week sort of thing?
I believe it was 2 and then 1.
Right.
What did they dump it? I don't know.
No, it's been out for a few weeks now.
Yeah,
So,
they might have dumped it. No, they definitely released it week by week because I had seen kind of the rating weekly for a while now. So,
right.
yeah, definitely weekly.
All right, cool. Well, they so they've just done a dump of a couple of shows that I've started back up watching.
Mm-hmm.
So they've just done the season finale of The Last of Us, which was completely and utterly underwhelming.
I did hear that it was pretty underwhelming.
Just so underwhelming. And now we're going to wait another 2 years, bro.
Mm.
So, look, I'm all for the whole streaming of it, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going to do a dump, which I think The Last of Us was weekly, but if you're going to do a dump and then you're going to make people wait a year and a half, 2 years between seasons, that's a long time, dude.
It is, man.
And you're going to lose a lot. You're going to lose a lot of your original casting unless you sign them on for these massively long contracts. Now I understand that they've let Pedro go and do his other stuff, like his Marvel commitments that he's got going now, and seeing that he is literally going to be the 616 or the 9999999 universe, which is what we're actually in. Everyone thinks it's 616, but it's not. So if he's going to be
616 is the comics.
Yeah. So if we're in the 9999999 universe, he's going to be Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Which he's just come into because we've seen the new Avengers. So the final episode was a letdown for me for The Last of Us.
Yep.
Knowing that they followed the game to the T, and it was only 7 episodes this season, dude.
Okay. What was
Which
the
is
first?
so odd.
11?
Something like that, yeah.
Mm.
Now, I'm going off that it's the season finale because it's just been what everybody's been saying on the interwebs, and I believe everything is on Facebook.
Well, we know that.
So to have that as the season finale was a real kick in the guts.
Yeah, okay.
There was no resolution to this whole season whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
I think the young lady that played Abby is doing a great job. Like she, in one of the last scenes you see, it is quite frightening.
Yeah.
She is pretty good, man. Like she does put that forward that she could fucking kill you.
So yeah, that's 2 seasons, 2 games. Are they?
No, they didn't even finish the game. The game still kept going after this episode.
So is this a mid-season?
Could be a mid-season finale.
Or are they splitting season 2 and 3? Okay.
This is the thing, I don't know.
Mm.
I can speculate, and that's what we'd like to do here.
We might know by the time this episode comes out, but until then, we don't know.
Another show I've just started rewatching again is The Handmaid's Tale.
Again, like the new season.
Yeah, new season. So it's been a long time between seasons as well. But I think they've done a big dump, right?
Okay. Yep.
Now this show, in case no one's ever watched it, is harrowing as shit. There's
heavy.
not much positivity in it.
Yeah,
There's not much stuff to look forward to in it. Although last year it did have probably one of the best season finales you will ever see on television.
Yeah, okay.
You are built up for 5-6 years to hate this bloke, right?
Mm.
And then the finale gives the best ending that you will ever see.
Yeah, okay.
It is just this release of endorphins and hatred that you've held for this bloke for God knows how long.
Yeah, okay.
Okay?
He gets what
Oh,
coming
yeah,
through.
dude. In the most horrendous way.
Mm.
And it's a great TV show, but this season it's been directed by the lead actress, lead actor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we're allowed to say actress or anything anymore, so I'll keep correcting myself. Anyway, the fact that she's female doesn't matter, but it doesn't fucking Jesus Christ. Anyway, so she's the director now, and there's just if you thought there were a lot of fucking slow-mos and close-ups from Zack Snyder,
oh, okay. Yep.
Jesus Christ. I'm sorry I just spat in your face. But Jesus Christ. So, dude.
Yeah, right.
If you cut one of these episodes down to without any slow-mos or close-ups, you'd have a 3-minute episode. It's horrendous.
Yeah, okay. So you're not enjoying it at the moment?
Again, it's a lot of heavy without the payoff.
Yep.
So you're seeing so much stuff. And you can't help but connect it to shit that's going on in the States right now.
Mm. I'm familiar with it. I haven't read the book. I haven't watched it. And I know pretty much the idea, the concept, the premise of the story.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't really think I need to.
To be carrying on for 6 years,
Mm.
Longer than that because I had like a 2-year hiatus. But to keep this going for 6 seasons is a long, dude, to keep hammering home the fact that women don't have rights and the fact that it's a religious show and it didn't need to be. You could have had it as a 4-season wrap up, and it could have been just as good.
Right.
But just it leaves you at the end of it going. It leaves you feeling like you've been hosed down, and put out wet. You know what I mean? You just feel so heavy and lethargic, and you don't feel excited about living anymore.
Well, I mean, considering I have fuck all time to watch TV, I'd rather not watch that.
Exactly. You don't want to. If you've got limited time, this isn't a show that I would recommend to you.
Right.
But if you want another reason not to go to the States, well, here it is. If you want a reason never to wear red again, here it is.
Yeah, okay.
But look, this last season isn't kicking any goals for me, sadly.
Right.
Started rewatching Hannibal.
After we talked about it last week.
Dude, I forgot how good that show is, man.
It is.
It's been playing in the background. Me and Ali started watching it today, so we got like 6 episodes in all day.
Mm-hmm.
But you sit there and you're like, God, you have a quick glance and it's just something visually epic on the screen. Yeah. Like when they made the human body into the coffee table.
The composition of every shot is fucking sensational. Even
just the deer, like the black deer. Mm-hmm. Now, it's there, but instead of having fur, it's got like feathers. And the feathers are...
It's fucking weird, but it's great.
Dude, honestly, this first season especially is just the visuals of it is so incredible. And you could go in knowing everything you can. You could go in knowing everything you can about this universe.
Yeah.
Or you could go in knowing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You're still going to get a good show. You know that Hannibal's going to end up being in jail. You know that he's going to be a criminal, blah, 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 blah. But just seeing all these little nuances and that stuff that goes through this whole season is incredible, dude.
Just getting to watch Mads
Dude,
do his thing.
He literally, dude, oozes. I want him to excrete on my chest. Like, it's just that incredible. Like, with that accent and the way that he delivers his lines and the way that even just preparing a meal, knowing what that meal is made of, and he's just cutting it so delicate, and it's like just pitch perfect.
Yeah, I remember when it got canned and people were, rightly upset because it's fucking great. I saw a tweet that Marilyn Manson should pick up the budget for it, and it should go on the food channel. Because man, some of those cooking scenes.
So, I sit there going,
and I'm a big fan of cooking shows. So watching that, I'm like,
how to prepare a 38-year-old white man.
This is actually kind of cool in a really weird,
in a really
way.
weird way. But and then you see like there's scenes where they've the body totem pole,
the violin.
Oh
the cello,
my god, the cello, dude!
Yeah.
Like just the visual cues that you get from this thing and the way they frame every shot, and they don't need to overuse the gore. No. A lot of the stuff is in black, and it just looks so good, man. I forgot how good of a show it was. Yeah. So I'm going to really be excited for the decline when it gets to season 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Another show that I started watching that Ali whinged at me about because it was on for 4 days in a row was Elementary.
Mm-hmm.
Police procedural. Lucy Liu, Johnny Lee Miller, based on Sherlock Holmes.
Yep.
Dude, such a good show.
Never watched it.
Really, you should give it a go.
Here, I got a question for you. Did you ever watch Sherlock with Benedict Cumberbatch?
Who?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Sorry?
Is that not his name?
Say it properly.
Benedict. No, what am I saying?
Benadryl Cumberbun.
I'm like, fuck, I'm pretty sure I'm getting this
right.
I'm a little self-conscious about how I speak in the first place, and you fucking pull me up. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I've got this right.
Benadryl Cumberbun, yes. I know who you're talking about.
Sorry.
Panglings.
Have you seen that show?
Yes.
Which would you prefer? Or are they both completely different?
Completely different.
Okay, yeah.
In this one, Sherlock Holmes is a drug addict.
Mm-hmm. As he was in the books.
And Joan Watson is his sober companion.
Mm-hmm.
So she moves in with him being a sober companion. She's a disgraced surgeon. She lets someone die on a table and she doesn't want to do that anymore. So she is a sober companion. Sherlock's dad hires her to look after him after he gets released from rehab.
Mm-hmm.
And he's moved from England to America. And he's working with the NYPD.
Yep.
And he just works as a non-paid consultant.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just unhinged in the most incredible ways.
Yeah, okay.
And he plays a really good addict.
Yeah, okay.
And it's good.
That's the funny thing about Sherlock Holmes. Back when he was being written by Sir, whatever his name was.
Arthur Doyle.
Is it Arthur Doyle? Yeah, there we go.
I think.
So he was writing these stories. He was pumping them out. And everyone thought Sherlock Holmes was a real guy. So by the end, when he said that, he's an opium addict.
Yeah.
Man, he was getting death threats. Why would you beseech his name like that? Why would you throw him under the bus like that?
I invented him, bro.
I'm like, yeah, dude, no, this is not a real dude. Yeah. But people thought he was.
Well, that was like the radio melodrama War of the Worlds. Dude, everyone thought that was real.
Scared a lot of people.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now we've got Facebook, so they just make a Facebook status out of it, and then you're an anti-vaxxer.
Another thing I won't be continuing to watch, they have cancelled The Wheel of Time. after season 3, which I'm a little upset about. But I don't need to continue watching knowing that there's not going to be any more as I've read the books.
Right. Are they going to wrap it up or are they just going to firefly the dick out of it?
No, it's done. It's fucking season 3 was over, had finished, and then they've just canned it.
Did they wrap it up satisfactorily?
I haven't finished watching it yet. No, they wouldn't have. They wouldn't have.
So
No,
they
fuck that.
firefly.
They'll leave it on a cliffhanger. Yeah.
Son-
Yeah, I think Steph said she wants to finish watching it, and then I'll tell her what happens with all the characters, and she's going to tell me
Nice.
kind of where they went because
Nice.
it's all right. Steph hasn't been listening anyway, so
Neither is Rachel.
yeah.
She goes, I can't watch you on TV. It's weird.
that's fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
So the guy that wrote it, Robert Jordan, he's a Mormon. Was a Mormon. Rest in peace. He's not with us any longer.
I thought you'd seen the light. He's now a Scientologist.
No. He was a Mormon. Anyway, so the main character, this might be a little bit something for people who watch the show but not read the books. So the main character, Rand, he is the dragon reborn magician in a world where men can't use magic because shit happened in the past. So only women use magic.
Okay.
But so in the end, he ends up with 3 wives. Very Mormon-esque.
Are they all over 12?
No. Oh, yes. Sorry.
Thank Christ.
Whoa. Like, yes, they're over 12.
Okay.
So in the last episode I watched is when the party's kind of together and they split off, which they do in the books. But pretty much all his wives are there. 2 of them hook up, have nothing to do with him. Another one is off somewhere else. But the funny thing was he's hooking up with the girl that he grew up with, which in the books he steers away from in the end. Like they kind of grow apart and go and do their own thing. And they're like, they realize they're more like brother and sister and they are kind of in a relationship. But they're continuing that relationship in the show, or at least at the last point I watched it. So I'm like, okay, that's changing. They changed a bit with other characters. I'm like, okay, they've changed a few things, and I'm not happy about that, but I would have watched it if they kept going.
Right.
But I'm like, okay, cut ties now.
So are you going to finish watching the show?
No, Steph will. She'll tell me what happens, and then I can tell her what happens in the books.
What was I saying earlier on over and over again like a broken record?
I don't know. I don't listen.
Okay. Classic. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'll be filming all previous post episodes from prison.
I don't know. What were you talking about?
I'm more watch YouTube these days.
Okay.
Do you watch much YouTube?
No. Sorry to disappoint, but I mean, I watched the occasional thing, but there's no regular programming on that I watch.
Okay. Did you like the Suicide Squad?
The movie.
Yes.
The second one was better than the first.
Okay.
It still wasn't the greatest thing ever.
No. But did you watch it?
I did.
And did it entice you to want to watch more of Peacemaker?
No.
So you've never watched Peacemaker?
No, I haven't. Is that on YouTube?
No. No.
Where the fuck are we going with this? Okay.
Well.
Oh, you wanted to watch the Peacemaker trailer?
No.
No? Oh.
No, because you haven't watched the first season.
No, I haven't.
You need to watch it. This isn't a request. This is a fucking order. No. But you need to watch Peacemaker. Have you watched the opening credits?
I've seen it, yes.
Okay.
The dancing.
That should just sign you up.
It doesn't.
Oh, God.
My friend.
So disappointed.
Have you...
Oh, fuck off.
Full
Stop
Metal
making me
Alchemist?
swear.
Have you watched Full Metal?
I've been
Metal
trying to turn
Alchemist?
a new page and not swear so much, but you're making it so gosh darn hard. No, I haven't watched the Full Metal
No,
Alchemist.
of course you fucking haven't.
I've also been watching Dexter. But that's just playing in the background at work, though.
Yeah, that's fine.
See?
That doesn't count.
And I'm not allowed to watch it anymore because Ellie got sick of watching. Now, mind you, she only works 2 days a week because she's shit. She has a couple of crotch
She doesn't
goblins.
watch this, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, she doesn't. She has a couple of crotch goblins, so she can't come to work all the time.
That's fair.
But yeah, so she watched maybe 12 episodes. And she goes, oh, no more. I'm like, fine. So I haven't watched any more of Dexter.
No, but seriously, watch Full Metal
Oh,
Alchemist.
fuck. What? Okay. I told you about Peacemaker way before you told me about Full Metal Alchemist, and you still haven't watched Peacemaker.
I watched Ted Lasso against all my better judgment.
And did it change your life?
It was fantastic.
Everybody should watch Ted Lasso. If you guys haven't watched Ted Lasso, please watch Ted Lasso. Season 4 is about to get finished, so you need to go watch Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso is probably one of the greatest TV shows known to man.
And everyone should watch
Ted Lasso.
Full Metal Alchemist. If you're not into anime, I think it's something that will get you into anime. It has everything. It has comedy. It has heart. It has sensational animation. It is a great story.
Does it have octopuses?
No, it's not hentai.
Wow, that's where you went? I was more going with an animated show like Finding Nemo that has an octopus in it. Or Aquaman.
Did you watch the video? Did you see the drumming? Fucking dumb man.
Yeah, I did. I did. But no, that was stupid. That was a stupid inclusion. You shouldn't have had that.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us again. Enjoyed having you.
We're doing something different this week, so catch us on Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays. We'll be here on all your social networks.
Leave us a comment, send us a DM, do what you will, what you want, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Love, peace, chicken grease.